I'm Jeff South. I've got a salon in Atlanta. I'm a second generation hairstylist. I've had a salon now for, almost 30 years. And I grew up in the business. So my dad had a very successful salon in Columbus, Georgia. And that always inspired me to want to be a part of that, because I just saw that excitement in the industry, and I knew it was just something that I wanted to do from the days I was in high school. So what I've got now, I've got the salon in Atlanta. It's called Intrigue Salon. Some businesses are very, very structured, and we have, of course we have handbooks, we have rules, we have all that, but we're like wild horses. And we run together, the music's loud, but we can all get to that valley together. And I've got such a great team. And that's what's important, because it's all about that connection with the team. First thing, no negativity. That's just absolutely not acceptable. Secondly, that everyone is treated the same. If you're a protege or you're the top tier hairstylist, everybody is treated the same. No one's any better than anyone else, and no one gets any really special treatment than anyone else. It doesn't matter for me if it's myself or a CEO of a company or a student in the hair school. We're all the same. The only difference is some deserve more respect. There's always education. It's always out there. And one of my sayings that a friend of mine, Jessica, just told me the other day, you can either make excuses or you can make money. But in this case, making money is education. And that education will bring money to you, and it's out there. You can look at any trade industry magazine. It's going to just have a list of all this education and what's available digitally now. It's available to everybody. So to me, there's really no excuse for not reaching out and getting education. If I want to learn how to cut a great razor bob, I'm going to search out how to do that myself. No one's got to hold my hand to go do that. And the stylists that do that they're brilliant. They're very successful. All the mentors I have, I think they would help anybody. Again, getting back that everyone's the same, no one's better than you. If you're an apprentice somewhere or you're in school, you can contact anybody. Facebook is such a great vessel for that. If they don't respond back to you, if they don't, it's fine. Just go some other direction. But I'll tell you, all the CEOs that I know, they'd be willing to help you. And every artistic director, they'd be willing to help you. They're not going to spend hours with you, but maybe you just want a little chat for a minute or 2 minutes. But don't waste their time. You don't have to get it. I know for myself, you don't have a lot of time for fluff, So don't feel like you have to fluff it up. Just go ask the question, and they'll help you. They'll give the response back. Club Intrigue, I think the why for me is first that I just love putting people together and building relationships and connections, because I know that's been a big part of my life and my career and my salon and my team. What I started doing, I started offering educational events for everybody for free. Because I thought if I'm having someone to my salon to teach a class, why don't I just invite everybody? So I came up with this idea, Club Intrigue. The brand statement behind it is, bringing that community together is a connecting point, barrier-free, which means it's agnostic. We're not trying to sell a product, nothing like that. To collaborate, build relationships, have fun, and see the value of education. And we've had all the greatest educators in the world in these events now. We're in our 3rd year. The best ones though are when all the salons, I'll call 25 of my friends that have salons, say, hey, can you bring in some hairdressers? And we'll put them all in the stations around, write the name there, and we'll have a theme, say Blonde Invasion. So all they have to do, they've got an hour and a half, do as many blondes as you want. That's all you have to do. Some might do 1, some might do 2. They've got an hour and a half, and then there's 30 minutes that these 25 salons will do a 1-minute recap. And that's the coolest thing. We'll have 200, 300 people. It is such a great thing, and we just share it to everybody. And I used to do them just at my salon, but now I'm sharing them across other salons in the city. And it's a face-to-face show. It's just coming together, eye to eye, because that's when the authenticity really, really happens. Now I've got sponsors, actually, corporate sponsors. Kuhn's a sponsor, and Redken's a sponsor, Wells a sponsor, Goldwell is a sponsor. And they pay a lot of money to help this, because they're concerned about the industry and they want the industry to get better. Because if we all rise up together, we'll all do great, right? And the neat thing is that I only carry one of those products. They're still supporting that. And exactly what you said, you can't do that. And I heard that so many times. They're not going to do that. They're not going to give you money. You don't carry their product. And that's it. And I've heard, oh, salons aren't going to come together. They're not going to do that. They're afraid of recruiting or whatever the case may be. Yeah, we've kind of bridged that gap too. You're not going to be able to go nationally on this because, who's going to do it? Or other cities going to do that? I've got 25, 30, or 30, or maybe even more salons that want to do these events across the country. And so all these things that people say you can't do, anything's possible. The digital package and social media package is very important. I started with a Sony Handycam and a little encoder box, and now we have this huge box, TriCasters, we've got audio gear, because that audio is very important too. And we're learning how to do that. It just brings it up to a whole nother level. I've just got data now, we've had over 60,000 views of all of our live streams. It's not the day of course, it's the weeks after. Something I think we do differently, we'll do events and we stream them, but then we'll produce a video, we call it a turnaround or a channel back to the hairstylists that participated. So we channel that video back and they can share it. It's a little short 1.5-minute clip. And that just brings that awareness up, and shares across the country because, like I was saying earlier, we want to take this across America. We want to continuously keep growing this across America. There's generations well before me in Atlanta that started this idea of sharing information. And I'm just bringing it on to the next level of younger hairstylists and younger salons. And that's what it is, because I know connecting points and relationships can grow everybody, personally and professionally. And I want to share that, because I know it's helped me so much.